Okay, May 9th, 2017, at 9 o'clock, we will call the Floyd County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. First item on our agenda is to approve the agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda as presented.
And I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 2, public comment. Hearing none, seeing none. Item 3, review action regarding approval of the April 24th and 25th, 2017 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 24th and 25th.
Okay,
Second?
been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of April 24th and 25th, 2017. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 4, review action regarding approval of claims.
And I'll
We
make a
have some
motion, yeah, I see.
Handwritten ones here too.
Yep, and I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
Seconded.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the claims as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. We'll skip item 5 until 9:15. Item 7, the resolution for appropriation.
That's after you approve it.
We have to, okay.
Yeah, over 8.
Go to 8. Review action regarding setting time of transfer fees. This is something that Jeff came down and talked to us about.
On the back page of the minutes from the Board of Health,
Okay.
Right.
it shows that they approved from, going from 250 to 275. Board of Health. And I asked Jeff if he had a effective date preference of that, and he said, not really, you could put June 1st if you wanted, or if you want to
Okay.
start fiscal year, July 1st, whatever. He was, the Board of Health didn't make any recommendations, so, or if you just approved it, it would be effective immediately. How would you like to do that?
Well, and I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the increase of time of transfer fees from its current 250 to 275.
Okay.
Any speak
Chief.
time or?
But
Did,
Did you want a date?
For a date, let's say June 1st,
Okay.
effective date.
all right, second?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to set the time of transfer fees at $275 effective June 1. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Item 9, Frank is here. Review action regarding Fidelity Information Systems contract for Iowa tax and tag. We had Frank explained that to us yesterday.
I move to approve the contract for 3 years.
Actually, it's a
Five.
system.
Excuse me. The contract for,
The previous one was 5.
Yeah.
Right.
So it goes through June 30th,
It
2020.
extends the current contract by 60 months, 5 years.
to extend the contract for another 60 months.
Okay, and I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the Fidelity Information Systems contract for Iowa tax and tags for another 60 months. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Item 10, review action regarding the fringe area policy agreement between Floyd County and the city of Floyd. And this is over a rezoning.
This, if you need to talk with somebody from NIACOG, we can call and see if we can catch somebody. I did have the Assistant County Attorney Randy Tilton reviewed this document. And the only thing that he found with it was that, actually, I think you might have his
Have the email.
email as well. And that was just regarding on this section B on page 2. It has one part where it uses the word preferred in number
Right.
one, and then in another part it uses the word
Encouraged.
encouraged. But he said he didn't really see an issue with that, but that was the only thing that kind of stuck out to him, but they are kind of different issues. He didn't recommend anything needed to be changed. But that was, he called me after he'd sent the email, and thinks that between the two, county and city, they can work through what's preferred by one and what's
Right.
encouraged by another.
Right.
I move to approve the fringe area policy agreement between Floyd County and the city of Floyd.
And I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the fringe area policy agreement between Floyd County and the city of Floyd. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 11, review action regarding setting date and time for application from Brian Herman to rezone 3.22 acres of property from ag to I-1 in section 36-96-16.
Board of Health intends to meet on the 16th, and they have set your date and time for the 23rd at 9:15. If that's okay with you. It's in the paper already because of the time.
Right, I saw that, so I'll go ahead, I can approve setting the date and time for the application for the Brian Herman rezoning. So basically, it's just our agreement on the date, correct, that we're gonna have it, which is on
Yeah.
May 24th.
And this is a zoning change, so you're having a hearing and it's considered your first reading also.
Okay.
And then you can choose to have a second and third reading, or waive those readings as well.
Okay.
Did you set the time in your motion, Linda?
Oh, no, I did not, that's right. So it'd be May 24th, and let's say at 9:15.
May 23rd,
Or May 23rd,
yeah, at 9:15.
May 23rd, 9:15.
Yeah.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to set the date for application from Ryan Herman to rezone 3.22 acres of property on May 23rd, 2017 at 9:15. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 12, review action regarding appointment to various boards.
Did you get my, that you wanted, Randy's?
Yeah, and I should have asked you yesterday, did you get it? I sent it back to you.
Did you?
Yeah. We all, Randy forwarded an application to
Oh, so y'all got it.
Right,
That way.
right.
Randy Heights for the area development court.
Mhm.
He sent it to us and then I sent it back to you.
I don't have it from you. I did not get it from you.
Okay.
So if you could do that again, then I'll have it for our file.
Okay, I'll do it afterwards. The three of them.
Randy, I found the email, Randy sent it to the three of us.
Right, right. And I tried to forward that to you. You didn't get it?
Okay. Do you want me to forward this on to Lori?
If you would.
Sure, I can do that right now.
Okay. He'd apparently, I talked to Randy and he'd apparently served on that board before. In the past, he told me he had, so he was interested in doing it again.
You got it? Okay.
Okay.
Do y'all need me to print it out for this meeting, or you all got it? too?
I already got it, I read it.
Okay, I read it.
Unless somebody else has a different application.
None?
Okay. I would entertain a
So,
motion then.
I was gonna say, I'll make a motion then to go ahead and approve, Randy joining the ADC
Okay,
How
board.
long is that term for?
Those are 2-year terms, but this is filling a vacancy.
from
Yeah.
Tim.
I don't remember how long.
So this one
was.
goes through December 31st, 2018.
Okay.
Okay. Seconded?
Okay, been moved and seconded to appoint Randy Heights to fulfill the term on the Area Development Court Board. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Do we have any? I'm not talking to Gary, he was gonna give me one for assessors.
Yeah, and that one you would
Or
just
what?
note. The only other thing I have is your civil service or compensation board representative.
Do we need two this year?
You need to, yeah. Their terms expire June 30th, but there won't be a meeting until November probably, but so whenever you're ready, you could do that appointment for that. And then I have not heard anything on the Veteran Affairs Commission. They still have Connie Glendon's. We haven't,
Right,
you
they're-
officially haven't received notice
Right.
that she's resigning, but they are looking
Right,
for.
she wasn't at the last meeting, they were just talking about it.
So those are two coming up.
Okay, we have time for one item here, item 13, review action regarding cost advisory services incorporated contract. This is a yearly thing, is it not?
This is the contract that,
3 years.
it's a 3-year contract, and it provides, they take all of our numbers that are related to human services type work that we do through like county attorney's office, auditor's office, treasurer's office, redeeming claims, that type of thing, and file reports to come up with what that indirect cost is for those services, and file a report with DHS so we can get reimbursed for our share of administrative costs through the DHS building that houses the 4, in Floyd County that houses the 4 counties, as well as it's the same formula that is used for child support recovery services as well.
And the amount is
The
not
amount,
to
I think you said it
exceed
didn't change.
$41.25, $4,125.
Yeah, and our recovery, it's like 4 times that, so it's a good value. So, yeah, not all counties do this, and I can't understand why they wouldn't, because it's, they would get their money back through state funding if they do this.
And this is a requirement to do that, to determine the administrative cost.
If you want those costs reimbursed, it's required to go through the process, but,
Brings up the question, why wouldn't we do it?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometime I'd like to have the representatives from Cost Advisory Services come, so that when they,
That would
I think
be
you two have
helpful.
probably heard them before.
That'd be helpful.
It's been a while, so maybe we can have them come when, they'll be requesting information after the end of this fiscal year. And usually in July they come around, maybe we could schedule that during the
Sure.
workshop meeting. And
I'd move to approve the contract between Cost Advisory Services and Floyd County.
And I would second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the contract between Cost Advisory Services and Floyd County. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I have 9:15, so we will go back to item 5. And we will open the public hearing for the fiscal year 17 county budget amendment. Have you received any written, oral,
no, I have
public objections?
nothing in support of or objection to.
And the amount of the amendment comes down to,
Yeah, you have a copy of what was published is this document. And then you also have the spreadsheet that shows what's what. And the breakdown of what your expenses and revenues are. On the expense side, there's some things that you don't, that just are net zeros, but they need to be fixed within within a department, such as, for example, if you were to look at the administration for Department 10, which is the fourth set of numbers in the codes. Those are netting zero outside of Department 55. Like here you see that the net is 90,000. Department 10, I'm just shifting some things around so they're more appropriate in the budget. Another one that I did that with was on the treasurer's side, just had, he changed the percentages of what, where our deputies were coming out of for wages, so it just cleans that up so he doesn't have negatives on his report, just lines it up better. So there's a few things like that, that are on here. Same with mental health, shifted, so anything where you see the parentheses around the numbers is where we've shifted some things around. And Dusty's here, I don't know if you want to say anything about yours.
Mine's, I put 585,000 for flood-related expenses from the floods last year. I threw a revenue of 425 in there, and that's, I'm ballparking there because we don't have the finalized numbers, but that gets me through to get things spent where they appropriately are. One thing I did add in there, which there is no revenue on, was $400,000 for additional expense because of the bridge project that we let, that they came in right away on 220, yeah.
okay,
And what that one is that I have, I think, 600,000 in next year's budget for that, but since they came in early on this one, then I just won't be spending that out of next year's budget. So I didn't want to try to wait till July to try to pay them for working on this bridge, so. Again, that's that local one where there is no BR refund anyways, it's just all local spending, but in fact, what we awarded that contract at $700-some thousand, I really only had 600 in there budgeted, so I was gonna have to do amendment next year. All that just saves me having to do a budget amendment next year for that bridge, so. So basically my total increase was probably the biggest, $985,000 total expenditures. And then I do have FEMA offset of 425 reimbursement, so.
So he's in two different sections if you're looking at the spreadsheet. One's on the capital project side, and it's the 400,000 that he talks about, and the other one is 615,000 on roads and transportation.
okay, any more questions, comments?
And he had 425 in revenue.
Yep.
The publication, it was published timely. It's required to be published within 10 or 20 days prior to the hearing, and it was published on April 27th, so all timely done.
Okay, any more comments, questions? Hearing none? Okay, with that, we will declare the hearing closed. And we'll move to item 6, which is review action regarding the fiscal year 17 county budget amendment.
I'll move to approve the amended fiscal 16-17 county budget.
And I will second.
Okay, then moved and seconded to approve the fiscal year county budget amendment. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 7, review action regarding setting the, I'm sorry, Review action regarding resolution for fiscal year 17 appropriation.
That's what I added to your file. It looks like this. This just takes everything we put in the budget and appropriates those dollars so they can spend it. And I've got the appropriation of, gave us some 100% for all of the line items.
Okay.
All right, so I will go ahead and approve resolution 23-17.
Second?
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve resolution, what was that, 21-17?
23.
2317.
23-17. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll go to item 15, review action regarding applications for use of courthouse grounds.
One I added to your file this morning, that was the one that I mentioned to you was came in yesterday afternoon for the Memorial Day observance.
Yeah, I was surprised that wasn't on it earlier, because I was expecting that one.
She hadn't gotten Art White's signature on it, so, but she said it'd be coming and she dropped it off yesterday. And so you actually have 3 different ones. This one is for the Patriotic Committee, that they'll have their event on Memorial Day at the main street side of the building. Another one that you have is a RAGBRAI information booth. And then the third one that you have looks like this in your packet.
Oh, that one, okay.
They're supposed to be sending me one that doesn't say draft on it.
Well, this one, they didn't want to sign your
Project
application, they wanted to
Yes,
provide their own.
right, they won't sign our application for use of courthouse property. And so I had the county attorney review what they would do, and he said he found nothing wrong with that. You have his email back on, but he thinks it's fine to approve this.
Way back when at the Boy Scout camp, the DOT wanted to rent that one time, and one of the reasons why they couldn't do that is because they couldn't give us a certificate of insurance because the state of Iowa is self-insured. And maybe that's
Could be.
what part of this is.
So that one, a representative from Project Aware does plan on coming to meet with you all during a workshop meeting. It'll probably be early next month. And they, good to go.
Just had a question about the RAGBRAI information booth. Where they anticipate, I see, excuse me, the parking.
Yes.
They talked about putting a Winnebago here, and
Right,
Okay.
and the last time what they did is we closed off the first lane of parking, that first row of parking. And so you couldn't turn into that lot, that was bicycles only there. And I think that's what their intentions are, again, to do that. I don't have their certificate of insurance yet, it's supposed to be coming, so if you want to approve it pending. I can't remember if you waived the insurance on it last time or not, but that would be your prerogative as well if you wanted to waive it. You have always waived the insurance on the Memorial Day observation.
Okay, do you want them one at a time, or you want to, we probably should, because we got 3 separate.
Probably doesn't hurt to do it one at a time.
Okay, we'll start out with the Memorial Day application by the Patriotic Committee, and we waive their insurance requirements.
Yes, yeah, that one you have in the past.
I'll make a motion to approve then the Memorial Day celebration on the courthouse grounds and also waiving the insurance for that.
the second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the application for the Memorial Day Patriotic Committee with the stipulation application, we waive their insurance. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Okay, the second one we'll go to is the Ragbray booth. Ragbray committee, again, Ragbray info booth.
And I'll make a motion to approve then, the use of the courthouse grounds again for Ragbri. And I guess we can waive the insurance on that too.
Are they going to provide us insurance?
They,
They
she
have
talked
one.
like they could provide it, they just
Okay.
don't have it available yet to do it, but, I would direct her whichever way that you wanted. If you wanted to waive it, I'd tell her, don't worry about it. If you're, want to approve it pending insurance.
Pending receipt of insurance?
Yeah, let's do that then, pending
Okay.
receipt of insurance
All right,
from Ragbri.
then second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the Ragbray application for the use of the courthouse grounds for an info booth pending receipt of insurance. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, the third one, an application by Project Aware for use of the, basically the parking lot and by the boat ramp down here for loading and unloading canoes and collection of debris. And this one, we are provided a draft of the addendum that they're going to provide us and sign. They haven't signed it yet,
No, they have no say on
so we could approve this pending them returning it signed.
that. You could just approve it and then I'll forward your signed one to them and I'm sure they've prepared it, so I'm sure they'll sign it.
I'll move to approve the contract between the Iowa DNR and Floyd County.
And I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the application for the courthouse grounds between the Iowa DNR and Floyd County. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. 9:45, long way from there. Dusty, we'll get you up here. Item 16 is review action regarding adopt a highway extension request from the Charles City Elks Lodge number 418.
Basically, they do the adopt a highway from Highway 18 on Underwood Avenue down to B57, so just an extension for them. Just recommending approval of it.
Okay. And we're always happy to see these.
Yeah, they do a nice job. I'll approve then the request for the extension of the Charles City Elks Lodge for the Adopt a Highway.
Seconded?
Been moved and seconded to approve the agreement between, or for the Floyd County Adopt a Highway extension request from the Charles City Elks Lodge. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 17, review action regarding a contract for purchasing right-of-way for the 2018 bridge replacement project.
This is up on Victory Avenue, just basically south of Caldwell. It's for a small bridge in the know. I think we have 6-ton weight limits on it. It's one of our day labor projects. And it's with Wallace Schilling. Purchased .074 acres of right-of-way, which amounts to $506.14, and then we do the fee for updating his abstract of $50, so it totals $556.14. We followed the rules that we set forth with the right-of-way purchase resolution that we do earlier in the year, so. I'd recommend approving purchasing that.
Okay, I move to approve the contract for purchasing the right-of-way for the 2018 bridge replacement project.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the contract for purchase of right-of-way for a 2018 bridge replacement project west of Cowell. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carried. Item 18, review action with the IDOT budget amendment.
Yes, this was, I have 3 copies, one for each of these there, and then I got 2 ones that we signed. Stick together. And this is exactly the same budget that was just, amendment that was just approved for a county budget.
We haven't done it yet. Oh, yeah, we just did, sorry, I'm thinking of 9:45 meeting.
Well, I'm saying, I thought that we just did
9:45.
that.
I think 9:45.
And so what this does, it just categorizes it into the DOT categorizations, adding the FEMA dollars in there, and putting the expenses for the flood work, and then adding that bridge project. The same exact thing, just in the DOT form, so just need to get that approved so I can submit that to the DOT.
So it needs signing.
And I'll get 2 chairs, or 2 copies. For Doug to sign. Gets passed.
This one doesn't require a hearing, we just approve it.
Right, no, correct. Once you get through your county process that happened, then this is just a matter of formality through
That's
the
what you have to
DOT.
sign.
There's-
Okay, I move to approve the amended Iowa Department of Transportation budget for fiscal year 17.
And I'll second.
Okay, then moved and seconded to approve the Iowa DOT secondary road budget amendment for 2017. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. Item 19, note the receipt of appreciation letters from students.
This one is, I just wanted to, I figured it was worth having on agenda, just a note. I'll just read this real quick, and basically we got letters that were sent to the secondary road employees out of the shop from the 2nd grade class of the IC school, Lisa Anderson and Jocelyn Levick. I just like to read this real quick, and then I'll just, you guys see it. You don't have to read it, because I'm gonna get them from our workers, but they don't even know they're coming yet, so. It basically says that, dear county workers in 2nd grade, we are working towards being more hopefully fabulous people. Each week, we choose one group of people who deserves to be appreciated in a more concrete manner than just saying thank you. This week, we chose you. We hope these cards and letters bring a little joy to your day. God bless. Lisa Anderson, Jocelyn Lovick, and the 2nd grade class of the IC school. So, if you, I'll keep these on my desk for a little bit, but I mean, they all wrote letters that they had asked, Matt's wife is Jocelyn, and basically came and asked for a list of all the employees out at the shop. So I gave them a list and stuff, and they went through and wrote letters of appreciation for the work they do during keeping the roads good and whatever else in the snow operations.
Oh,
So
great.
I just thought it'd be nice to have a notice that we appreciated the letters, that they're appreciating and all that stuff. So I plan on bringing these out to the shop this afternoon, and then just give them to all the guys, and they can do what they want with it. So, but I thought it was kind of nice.
Probably
But
the
it's
most
either charm.
underappreciated department we have.
There's a lot of, you can get a lot of complaints a lot of years, so it's nice getting letters, even if it's from the 2nd grade class, so.
Well, one drove by our place this morning, they honked their horn, I thought that was really nice.
So, yeah. But, no, that's why I figured I would at least acknowledge on here, and we could put it in the minutes that we received, and that'd be great.
Good. Thank you very much. We get 10 minutes. Discussion of the county engineer about secondary road activities.
10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes, I'll be fast, that's fine. There's, now, the time sheet, there's 2 rows over there. Thank you.
Great.
You get one, yep, the one of these is your check. Let's see. Bridge project on 220th Street, a lot of the, hopefully by the end of this week, all the substructure will be complete. That's the piers, the abutments, just depending on how everything goes with weather and pouring concrete. Then we'll start doing false work, and so that bridge is moving forward pretty good. The other one that we had the letting on was the T26. We had you came in and signed the contract, so we got back from Cedar Valley Corporation. And we sent this down last Thursday, and called down because I wanted to get those signed contracts by the DOT so I can move forward with pre-construction meeting. Other details of what's gonna happen. So we called down there this morning and the company provided the wrong railroad insurance. So I still can't talk to them. So they're working out those details and hopefully we'll know by the end of the week that they'll get the right insurance from the railroad and sign the contracts with the DOT and we can move forward with the project. I think all intentions are that they'll probably late start date is May 22nd, and my thinking is that they will probably come in and start right then, because it's gonna be a lengthy process of a project. I've been down on that stretch, I've talked to probably maybe a third of the landowners with the houses on there. Some aren't home when I'm there, so I gotta try to figure out a time to meet with them, but I said until I had more information, I didn't really have an idea what to tell the people, other than, sounds like they're gonna come in on late start date, but until we get everything finalized, I'm not sure yet. So,
Were the ones that you've talked to, I mean, they're fully aware, correct?
oh yeah, there's
We've been talking.
There's
about
rumors
this
going
for a
around a
long
lot.
I know,
time.
that's what I've been hearing too.
Yeah, and I think the thing with that project, and I can't speak until I know I talked with the contractor, but I mean, there'll be access to their properties most of the time. Like, when they're tearing up the road, going right by their place, there may be a downtime in there where they can't. And once they get that done, they start grading it, you'll be able to drive in it like an alley, or, like just a lane or something like that. But it's gonna be a little tough times. When we get the rock down, they'll be able to drive on the rock. Until they pave by, then you typically, we're doing maturity curve like we did down on Dancer Avenue, and, within, I'd say within 3 days, you can drive back on that concrete. But, it may be quicker than that, depending if it's warmer too, it could be, for a while there, we were doing like Doherty Road and a couple other ones. Or even like the one east of town by the golf course and all east, they were on that thing in 38 hours. So, there's gonna be a little downtime, they may have to walk a, quarter mile or something like that from their side road, but, a lot of people are trying to see if they have back ways out of their property to side roads and stuff, so some might not be able to all, but I'm working with them, keeping track of them, so hopefully it'll be nice. Everybody's thinking that it would be a nice road compared to what's out there right now, so.
I was gonna say, they should be pretty happy.
Yeah. Let's see, working on design on, I think 195th Bridge, which is not next summer, it's the summer after. Working on the right-of-way, or the plats, or easement plats for Frankie's Bridge, which is next summer. So once we get those all done, we'll have to go visit with Chuck, who owns all the property where we're gonna have to purchase for that one anyways. Blading roads, we finally got some, not so crazy wet weather that can be out blading and spot rocking here and there. But that's probably the biggest stuff. Work orders, tile work. There is something that wasn't necessarily on the agenda, but it's out there east of town by where the trailer court was. Blickendorfer lives in that house that's a long lane right there, just north 18. There was concern about the tile main that runs down just on where the trailer court used to be, plugging. And I said, it's more work than I think than we can do with our crews per se. It might be something similar to what we did east over here when we did the Duluth thing, and I think Denise Duluth, is it? And did that thing, and then maybe have to go in and figure out a plan and send out for bids or something like that. But I told them that if that's the case, and I told Calvinist, then they need to come either talk to me and or us up here, get on the agenda.
In drainage one?
Yes, yeah. So I just figured I'd mention that there may be someone come talk, and if it's more work than what we can do.
Is that from the highway north?
Actually, the tile south, there's some problems north too, but tile south you think is plugged. But I think it's a little bit of combination thereof. He's got water running around the ground, but I think they think that the tile south is plugged. And it may be, because there's a lot of willows, in that
Well,
stretch.
there is, there's a lot.
This is Larry.
That tile goes right down the road there. I put it there.
Yeah, I know. And we found that part, but I think, yeah, there's some other issues that may come up. That's about the most research I have on it. Kevin just told me about it, and I said, if it's something more than what we can deal with, and it's trees and all that, we might have to do a
Deb
drop
had
in
a
area or
NICOG
something.
meeting last night, and anytime you get supervisors together, everybody talks about drainage districts, and everybody further to the west, it's huge.
Yeah, and we've got other day labor, we're kind of trying to catch up with all the flood work with 2 crews running either which way. Tile lines to get the farm fields draining so that farmers can plant, because there's some of those issues that are coming up. But my thinking is that, again, I have to get down there to 260th, down there for those tanker cars, get that done yet. So that I'm running out of time there, so it'll get done, it's just a matter of prioritizing and getting, moving on, so. But that's all I really got right now, guys. I think that's everything else
We
there.
gotta keep talking, we got 3 minutes to kill.
Yeah, I did it within my 10, so I'm good. If you get anything, just gotta let me know.
Okay? Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, our last item is a 9:45.
Just take an opportunity to remind you that tomorrow we have the employee meetings for wellness, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
And you can just pick either time.
Pick either time.
There was one other thing since you got a minute. Did you get the copy of that letter for the flood maps for the meeting tomorrow?
Copy of the letter.
Is that for the new assessor flag thing?
It's a draft flood hazard product review meeting. It's in Mason City tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And one of the goals study was to develop new base level approximate flood hazard area, zone A areas. Sarah Gordo has sent, who else?
That's not my department, so no, I didn't get it.
Okay, I walked in and gave it to,
That's why
I
you
gave
have
it
a strange
to
look on your face.
EMA, I gave it to the other 2 in your office.
Oh,
That's
she's
how-
gone.
Okay. Well, anywho, I didn't know if anybody was gonna attend it or not, I didn't know if I should.
What time is it?
I think that was, you guys had something in your manslaughter on it too. I see it was.
Yeah, well,
I think you guys had it.
yeah, the board, because in the back paragraph, it did say send it to the county engineers, supervisors,
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
What time is it?
I don't really
I
particularly.
got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to?
Well, I wasn't going to, but I don't know if anybody's going to
I
it.
can. I don't-
When usually people come in and talk to me about flood maps and stuff like that, I send them down the hall to their office. But I guess I don't have a problem going to me, I mean, if it's gonna make a difference.
Well, I think somebody should probably be there. I mean, like I said, I can be there, that's not a problem. I don't have-
Sarah Gordo County Law Enforcement Complex at 2 o'clock.
And when you go there, you have to come from the south. The road on the north of that is closed.
That's the one out of town.
Yeah. Way out
Lark.
there, south by Ziegler,
Yeah,
but you have to come from the.
come from like where Bear is.
105 and come up from the south, because yesterday, the intersection up there was closed. So,
I'll play by ear, I don't know, like I said, I'm supposed to be in Chickasaw tomorrow, and I've kinda got a full day, but.
No, that's, like I said, I can be there.
okay.
I'll get you a copy of this and then.
Well, if you, well,
Good idea.
that'd be a good idea. Because I don't know where Leslie would have put it, so.
Okay.
Is the time?
2 minutes, 9:43.
They're
They're gonna
just
call
ending the
us?
call, yeah. This time.
Again, another joint meeting concerning 6/56 drainage district road and survey clearing. I did the other day, I see there's pipe laying there and
I didn't know, I didn't look at that.
there was an excavator sitting there, that, the boring pipe. Other than that, I don't think anything's been done or moved. And we have a Any more update on the railroad? They don't know what they're doing.
That was the motion for summary judgment. I'd like to see that.
I'll take it home and read it tonight. They're calling us, right?
I just looked at my emails. First she said 9:30 and I emailed her back and I said, you mean 9:45, right? She said, sorry.
That Casey knew about it last night. They must have another one that they're struggling with the railroad line. There we go.
Auditor's office, or supervisor's office.
Hi, it's Sandy Thompson starting the conference meeting at 9:45. Are you all ready?
Yep.
All right, let me put you on speaker. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, are you there?
Yep.
Yes.
What I just did a job. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, it's myself, Casey, we've got Tim, Chris, and Sandy, and there are no members of the public.
With Supervisor Jaden Cam Kewen, Auditor Carr, Dusty Rolando is here, Jeff Sherman, our sanitarian, and 3 members of the press.
Very good. Could I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Tim Latham makes a motion.
It's-
Is there a
It's
second?
these 3 items.
Second.
That's
Okay.
on your end.
Seconded by Kewen.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. New business, obviously, we're here to discuss Drainage District 696. Consider the application for payment number 2 to Cole Excavating. Is there any discussion, Sandy, you want to add to this, or do you guys have anything to add in regards to this?
Only that I went by the other day and saw that the pipe is there.
Well, is it a $37,000 pipe?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's a good sized pipe.
Yep.
Well, is there, I guess, a motion to approve this payment?
I would second that, Cam.
Okay,
Who's?
got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I would have all in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Moving on to item number 2, consider the right-of-way payment that was approved in 2015, but apparently never was paid in 2015. And I think Sandy in our office is just gonna briefly speak to this.
So when I was preparing the agenda, for some reason it came to me that we didn't make payment for the right-of-way that was approved on January 19th when you approved the right-of-way commissioner's report. Then I realized, Lori, maybe you've already got this shared in tab, I don't need to repeat it. But I sent an email to Gloria and shared that, kind of wondered, I kind of knew that maybe Bill Fett sold his property, so I wondered, would it be proper to make payment to Bill Fett, the owner at the time the report was approved in January of 2015, or the current owner? I had an occasion to speak with Jim Hudson about yet a different drainage matter, and in a nutshell, Jim Hudson said, I think you need to make payment to the owner at the time the report was approved. So that would be Bill Fett, and then Andy Brawlier and her relatives own the other parcel. According to that report, Bill Fett should get a check for $7,559.02, and Andy Brawlier and others would get a check for $8,609.20. So that would be the item before the board for action so that we could get that business caught up.
Did I hear that right? You're going to write a check to the former owner of the property?
According to Jim Hudson, it is his opinion that we should cut a check to the owner at the time the right-of-way commissioner's report was approved.
Okay.
That's what Hudson said. I thought that was appropriate to ask him, and I had an occasion to talk with him about something else, so that was his answer.
And he wasn't in Arizona at the time either.
That.
Okay.
You guys have any other questions or concerns regarding that?
I think I'm good. Anybody else?
I guess I'm just surprised that they didn't say something.
I am too, and let me tell you why that all came to light, why I checked into that and found this. And we had sent some drainage assessments out, highly within Fairborn County, and I think it's Angie Brawlier's sister, who owns other property over here, got that assessment and got it confused with Drainage District 656. When she called to ask those questions, like, what's this for? She asked a question that she asked that question, what about that right-of-way and payment for that right-of-way? Whatever she said, it kind of just stuck in the back of my mind to follow up on, so I did. This is what I found. I am surprised that they Bill Fett or Angie haven't asked us. I'm surprised.
The only question I would have as far as theft is concerned is if we're paying him and then we're going to assess the new owner, I'm wondering there if there's a little, he's getting paid for the easement, but they're going to get assessed. How much are they getting assessed?
I always understood, and Gloria, that parcel is on Floyd County side, but I always understood that there's, that parcel bears a large percentage.
Yes,
For
it's probably
reclassification, and
close to
that's
25%. I kind of concur that it seems, I would almost lean to go the other way, that maybe it should go to the property owner.
But again, I mean, if it was at the time of
It
selling.
depends, if it was at the time of the sale to Fett, or the easement for Fett, that payment could go to him, as long as when Fett sold it to the new person, they realize that there's an existing easement there,
Right,
then I would almost agree it goes with Fett.
yeah.
As long as they knew that transfer when it happened, that easement's there and you're buying the property as is with the easement. So I would think Fett should have deserved that money to begin with, now
But
whatever
again-
transitioned after.
Communicating though that, to the new owner, I wonder if that happened.
Yeah,
One of the comments made was, we don't know what was negotiated between Fed and that other buyer. We don't know that, but
Right.
like you said, I think that Dusty, maybe that was your voice.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of where Hudson
Okay.
landed. That's your call, but I wanted to share with you what Hudson said, so.
I would wonder, this is Latham, I would wonder if the new owner would even have known had the abstract not, if the easement thing had not been filed by the time, where the sale was in conjunction, as far as timing is concerned, and whether it would have been picked up on the abstract when that was continued.
Right, and I know that Fred Greeter was the realtor with that, and he wanted to be very clear with the cost of, or that there was a project going on, that a new purchaser of the property would be on the hook for that cost of any improvements in the district. But at that time when he called, I know we never thought of anything about this payment. I guess I didn't know that the payments hadn't been made, so it never came up in my conversation with Fred.
The concern I would have is that the new owner may come back to the counties and say, hey, no one made, I mean, I don't know if it's our problem or not, but anybody can sue anybody. It's just a matter of, that, is there potential of them coming back? And I'm almost wondering if we should have a little more conversation with, is that it? Before we approve payment for that one.
Would you guys be comfortable with just tabling this until our next, I mean, if we waited this long, I guess if there's a little concern, would you feel comfortable just tabling this?
Who are you gonna talk to about it that's any different than what we've already heard?
We already have an opinion from Hudson, correct?
Do you have a verbal, do you have anything in writing from Hudson?
I do not have anything in writing, we were talking on the phone.
My concern would be, were those questions posed to Hudson, the fact that, as far as the new owner's concerned and how that all transpired.
My recall of my conversation with Hudson kind of did answer that, Tim. Hudson did say, we'll cut the check to, if they approve this, they'll cut the check to Bill Fett. Who's to say that the new owner would have any knowledge of this? That, I don't think that was a basis for his opinion, it was just how I kind of thought the new owner was out of state, and so that was just part of the conversation. Maybe it's a good conversation to revisit with Hudson, that's your call. The other question I just want to throw out there, since the third paragraph of the first report of that report makes reference to how the assessed value needs to be modified to account for the 1.6, I think, acres that we're purchasing. I don't know if that's been taken care of. That would be another matter to, take a look at. Just by the way, I think I included that in an email, Gloria.
If it was taken care of by deed, Sandy, is that what you mean, or by easement?
By the assessor, just the assessor. I haven't been through this enough to know exactly how that works, but does the assessor need to have that, right-of-way acquisition report so that they can modify the assessed value according to the land that's being acquired? Take a peek at that third paragraph, that first page of the report.
We're,
Yeah, I believe so.
See, and I'm wondering if anything even got filed for this right of way, because a legal document would have been prepared, wouldn't there have been? And I bet Jim would be our person who would have prepared that, wouldn't he have?
A legal document.
There should have been a legal document as far as an easement is concerned, if that's what we're buying as an easement.
So then it should have been recorded in Floyd County, since this is Floyd County property, so I haven't seen that. I don't know if
I
you
don't
have.
think Jim's prepared any easements for this. I think there needs to be more conversation with him.
Sounds like it.
So maybe.
So you guys, are you comfortable with us tabling that?
I think we'd be
Yeah,
fine with that.
I think
Yep.
so.
I make a motion to table this part of it for right now.
And
I'll
also,
second.
Who seconded?
Okay, Chris Watts, we have a motion and second to table, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Well, at this time, that concludes our agenda, and actually, we are moving right into our weekly Board of Supervisors meeting. So if I could get a motion to adjourn, unless there's some other pressing business at this time, I would appreciate it.
All right, move to adjourn the District 656 Drainage District meeting.
I'll second
Okay,
that.
motion by Kuhn, second by Latham, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned, thanks, guys.
All right.
Okay, always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Thanks.
Drainage District 656.
That would probably make all the difference if there was never a recorded easement that.
Then it does have a
Everyone goes through the
question.
new.
Yeah, then there is a question about it.
And again, if they've waited this long, it makes sense to check on
This
it.
is one for the bucks, isn't it?
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I would look at our item 21.
So I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We are adjourned. Thank you.